बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी यशोधनन्दन व्रजधनरञ्जन यशोधनन्दन व्रजधनरञ्जन यशोधनन्दन व्रजधनरञ्जन यमुनातीरं जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोधनन्दन व्रजधनरञ्जन यशोधनन्दन व्रजधनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी यमुनातीरवनचारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदं जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदं हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम जय गौरांगिकाय जय गौरांगिकाय गौरांगिकाय जय पंचाशत्वान जय गौरांगिकाय गौरांगिकाय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय गौर हरि बोल जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय गौर हरि बोल जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव हरि नाम संकीर्तन की श्री श्री गंधर्व गिरधर महाप्रभु की जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की गौर प्रेमानंदे Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, Text number 29. Savishnuratho Atitheya Agataya. Savishnuratho Atitheya Agataya. Tasmai Saparayam Sirasa Ajaraham Tato Nivrata Abudaham Striyo Arbhaka Mahasne Svapavishesha Pujitaham Savishnoratho Atithaya Agataya. Tasmai Saparayam Sirasa Jarahara Tato Nirvathai Abuddha Striyo Arbhaka Mahasne Sopa Vishesha Pujita. Anybody want to repeat? Savishnorato Atithaya Agataya. Tasmai Saparayam Sirasa Jarha. Tato Nirvuddha Abudaya Striyorbhaka. Mahasne Sopa Vishesha Pujitaha. Shabdhartha. Sa Hi Vishnu Ratha. Vishnu Ratha Maharaj Parikshit, who is always protected by Lord Vishnu. Atitheya, to become a guest. Agataya, one who arrived there. Tasmai, unto him. Saparayam, with the whole body. Shirasam, with bowed head. Ajaraham, offered obeisances. Tatha, thereafter. Nivriddha, ceased. He, certainly. Abudaha, less intelligent. Striyaha, women. Arbhakaha, boys. Mahaasane, exalted seat. Sa, he. Upavishesha, sat down. Pujitaha, being respected. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj Parikshit, who is also known as Vishnu Ratha, one who is always protected by Vishnu, bowed his head to receive the chief guest, Sukadeva Goswami. At the time, all the ignorant women and boys ceased following Srila Sukadeva, receiving respect from all. Sukadeva Goswami took his exalted seat. Purport. On Sukadeva Goswami's arrival at the meeting, everyone except Srila Vasudeva, Narada and few others stood up, and Maharaj Parikshit, who has glad to receive a great devotee of the Lord, bowed down before him with all the limbs of his body. Sukdev Goswami is also exchanged the greetings and reception by embrace, shaking of hands, nodding and bowing down. Especially there is father and Narada Muni. Thus he was offered the presidential seat at the meeting. When he was so received by the king and sages, the street boys and less intelligent women who followed him were struck with wonder and fear. So they retired from their frivolous activities. Everything was full of gravity and calm. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Nena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Nena Bhutale Swayam Ropakadhamayam Dadati Sapadanhitam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guram Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Thadiva Advaitam Dhavadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpataruvasya Kripa Sindhu Bhagevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Vishnu Samnamne Prabhupada Sahitami Jargatavan Sadhavartadayati Namaha Hare Krishna. So welcome all devotees for Srimad Bhagavatam. So today's sloka is very much related to Srimad Bhagavatam class, right? So here also Srila Sukadeva Goswami is arrived to give a Bhagavatam class where all highly elevated personalities were assembled. That was the greatest assembly forever in the history. It includes Narada Muni and Vyasadeva himself was the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, and Parikshit Maharaj was is the king for entire land, the Bharatvarsha. So, we cannot expect this kind of assembly in the future also. That was the history, right? The entire kingdom, the king is sitting to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, and Vyasadeva itself and Narada Muni, many other most elevated, even all the demigods were eager to hear such a great assembly. So can we think of or imagine what kind of speaker is required? So if the audience are so high level, elevated level, so of course the speaker also has to be more than that, even more than the who has Vyasadeva, who has himself is written the Srimad Bhagavatam, and himself is the incarnation of God. Srila Vyasadeva is the incarnation of God. And that means even Supreme Personality of God partially sitting to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So can we imagine the level of the speaker? The speaker so Srila Sukadeva Goswami, so the purity or the so that's very difficult to imagine for us. So at least we can imagine that. So how big the speaker is, right? So this sloka especially is a small purport, very powerful. So here the purity and the Supreme Personality, how much importance gives to his devotees. Here Sukadeva Goswami is not incarnation of God. Sukadeva Goswami is a pure devotee. So Lord wanted to give more credit than himself. So his Lord Krishna wanted to glorify and also wanted to show how powerful my devotee. So sometimes Krishna gives higher than his position to the devotees. So the Lord Incarnation himself is sitting to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and his devotee is speaking, Srila Sukadeva Goswami. So if we little look at who is Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami is the son of Srila Vasudeva, right? So Sukadeva Goswami is completely pure, crystal pure. There is no contamination, right? So how the Srimad Bhagavatam is pure, so equally Srila Sukadeva Goswami also pure. So just to give one incident, how Sukadeva Goswami is pure. So actually Sukadeva Goswami was stayed for a long time in mother's womb, don't want to come out and to the family life, is not at all interested in family life. He just wanted to be meditate and to get the nectar of that in the meditation of Lord. That was Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami don't want to enter into family life and don't want to come out and see this material world. So, but Vasudeva was requesting, son, please come out, please come out. So many years he did not come out. So by birth is pure. We all for us it takes long time to, still we are not, right? So Sukadeva Goswami is such a special personality, is a pure devotee. Sometimes Krishna creates this kind of personality to show that what's the level of purity, right? So some personalities are there just to be there, not to imitate, right? It is just to worship and just to, what you can say, inspiration, or just to, just to enjoy, just to look at their personalities and just that nectar. So Sukadeva Goswami is such a pure devotee. So then, by request of his father, one day he just came out. As soon as he came out, he was almost 14 to 15 years boy. He just came out from the womb of his mother and just walked and enter into he just walking out and he is leaving the home and he is going. Srila Sukadeva Goswami's father, out of his affection towards his son, he was following Sukha. He was going behind Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami never turned back. He was just going. As he was passing, there is a lake and some young girls were taking bath in the lake. As Sukadeva Goswami passed, the young girls, they did not cover their body. But as Vasudeva came, they all just covered their body. So that means here we are not comparing the Sukadeva Goswami and Vasudeva, we just have to be a little careful. Here just wanted to show how pure Sukadeva Goswami. If completely free from the last Sukadeva Goswami, if we are completely free, even women also will sense that, how pure the person is. That's why they did not cover their body. As Vasudeva entered, of course Vasudeva was Grihastha Ashrama, but still Vasudeva is incarnation of God and Vasudeva is great personality. Here just to compare, so we can understand that. So Sukadeva Goswami is completely pure. Of course Sukadeva Goswami was never bothered about his external appearance and what is going our surroundings. He was always in the meditation of Krishna, right? So he was just roaming wherever he was going like a mad person. So here in this purport it is mentioned that the village boys and the women who are not elevated, they understood that he is a madman, right? because there is no proper clothes, and the hairs were long and long beard and not taken birth. So these rules and regulations, so properly what we learn in ISKCON, we have to be pure, we have to be clean shaved and take bath and maintain cleanliness everywhere. That is for the devotees who are in the practice. But devotees who are in the Paramahamsa, they don't need to follow all these rules regulations, because he is not at all in the bodily conception. He is completely pure. Just by discussing this kind of purity, so we will also feel little purity, and we will also aspire to become little bit of purity, develop purity. That's the power of purity. So Sukadeva Goswami, he was just roaming everywhere. Wherever he enters into some villages, people used to throw water on him and throw the stones. It's like sometimes if any madman enters into the village, people used to throw stones and throw him away. So that was the situation. But Sukadeva Goswami always giving a smile at everyone. Whoever is throwing the thrones, whoever is throwing the water on him, he was giving just a big smile. The smile is never off on the face of Sukadeva Goswami, because that was the internal ecstasy. Nectar he is feeling, thus he is always like smiling. So, but people who are not elevated, the lower class, lower order people, they don't understand this. So this is the case for Jada Bharat also. So people never understood Jada Bharat, that he is so elevated personality, right? And also Vrishabhadev also, he was after his kingdom, he just left the kingdom and he entered into the forest. He was also long beard, not cleaned, with full of mud, and he was uncleaned. And people also throw water and stones on him. So he never bothered. So that is the thing where we can understand that when we little bit elevated in the bhakti, we don't bother anything what is happening, whatever is somebody is saying to me, somebody is scolding me, somebody is commenting on me. Oh Prabhuji, you are like that, Mataji, you are like that. But we will take it very serious, because we are not elevated and we are not enjoying that nectar. Once if we start that enjoying the nectar, we don't bother what is happening around the surroundings, right? So that was the personality of Sukadeva Goswami. So here, one thing we can understand, that we cannot judge a person by seeing the external appearance. That is what happens among the devotees. We just immediately start judging. Oh, Prabhuji is like that. Okay, maybe if he looks very, like that, maybe he will give a good class. Or if he highly educated, he may be good class, or give a good, very good class. Or can we hear from this, can this Maharaj, that Maharaj, and all these we are always judging. As soon as any person enters into a center or temple, we immediately start judging. This is called self-judgment. Actually, it is judgment only can be done by Guru. So Guru has to do that judgment. Okay, what is the level of this devotee? What is of this devotee? Okay, I have to give little importance to this devotee because he is not much elevated, he is not properly chanting. But being devotees and practitioners, we cannot judge anybody, because this seva is not given to us, right? Is anybody is given that kind of seva to us? Okay, you judge like this? No. But that is our mentality. So that is why here a great lesson to learn, that just by looking at the external appearance, that is what the whole world is, the corporate world and the outside world is. By looking at personality, they will judge. Just by looking, okay, this person, okay, maybe is status or knowledgeable or money. So all these they judge. But at least in bhakti, now among the devotees, we are not supposed to judge, because we don't know who is that personality. We don't know, maybe some pure devotees may be born, Right? We have seen in history like Prabhupada born, right? Prabhupada is pure devotee. How can you, Prabhupada also entered like a normal, devotee. It's like a Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. You might have heard Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. It's like a very powerful preacher. So as he approached the ISKCON first time in Vrindavan, that was, the ISKCON was very small and Prabhupada was in the small hut, and the foreigner devotees was distributing the Back to Godhead magazine. And Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj is purchased that magazine. Because before that, Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj is just to approached many people to accept as a guru, but he didn't satisfy with anybody. He went to Himalayas, then he went to Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj was a teacher. He just served as a 55 years in Orissa as a teacher in the school. Then he just give up the family life, and he just wanted to get the proper guru, and he wanted to be in the this path of bhakti. Then he left the home and he was searching. He went to Himalaya, but he met many gurus, many sadhus, but he didn't satisfy. Then he went to Haridwar, Rishikesh. There are also many ashramas, but he didn't satisfy. Then finally somebody told him, go to Vrindavan. There are many temples and many ashramas, many sadhus. Why don't you try in Vrindavan? Then he came to Vrindavan. And Vrindavan also approached many big ashramas, big sadhus, but he didn't satisfy. He didn't connect to that, okay, this can be my guru. And somehow, after Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj left the home means not an ordinary thing. That means he is also into spiritual, he is also having some good understanding, right? Then, finally, he was leaving the Vrindavan. That time, Prabhupada just arrived from the America, just a small setup where now Krishna Balram Mandir is there. There's one tree. Today also the tree is there. They put a small board that ISKCON. Then the Srila Prabhupada, founder of Srila Prabhupada. Then a small hut. Then he just looked at and, okay, let me try, this is a small one. Then the foreigner devotees were distributing books. Then he just purchased a book. That time, there's a Back to Godhead magazine was the Prabhupada's favorite magazine. Then he took the Back to Godhead magazine, just opened the first page. He saw the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was standing like this. So Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj 50% convinced that it's a pure moment. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means it's pure. Then he turned the next page, he saw Srimad Bhagavatam sloka. That's it. He closed the book. He understood that this is the what I am looking for. Because that's where purity, Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This combination, if you see, that's the pure. That's where everyone has to, in Kali Yuga. Then Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj decided that this is the place I want to stick to this. Then he just asked the devotees that I wanted to meet your guru. They said that he is a new devotee. Generally, if any new devotee comes, what we say? Okay, Prabhu, please come, chant one round, take this. Or you every day you come, follow 4 Gillian principle, if possible. Now all these things will tell, slowly they will come up. This is the case. But Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj is not in that level. So Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj said, it's okay, but I wanted to meet. But that time Prabhupada was not giving, for new devotees. Sometimes the new devotees comes means very difficult to, they have their own understanding. Prabhupada has, and they don't understand Prabhupada, and they tell so many things, and Prabhupada don't have time to hear all those things. That's why Prabhupada used to avoid. Then he didn't move from there. He was sitting hours together. Then devotees again went and told Prabhupada, Prabhupada is not going, he is like adamant, he wanted to meet you. Then somehow Prabhupada also said, okay. He said, okay, hold it. Then Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj just entered, that was a small hut, just entered gate. In the gate, Prabhupada also was sitting, looked at the Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. Prabhupada immediately told, why you are not taken sannyas? Just by looking at but other devotees weren't understood who is Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. So then all the devotees were surprised. How come? Just by meeting him, he's asking, why you have not taken the sannyas till now? Then Prabhupada called him and asked him to sit, and they were talking for a long time. Then called Tamal Krishna Goswami and other senior devotees, told that within 3 days I am giving a sannyas to him. But there were many devotees waiting for many years for sannyas. So, but till Prabhupada has not given permission. But there was a small meeting among everyone that, what is this? What is happening? Then with great courage, they all went, and Prabhupada, very difficult to approach Prabhupada. Prabhupada certainly reject, and sometimes Prabhupada may scold. But all the devotees, with great courage, they went and asked Prabhupada. So it's like everyone is asking. I think Tamal Krishna Goswami was a little close to Srila Prabhupada. Then how come there are many devotees in line and they are waiting, but you are giving a sannyas, you just joined today and within 3 days? Then Prabhupada said only one word. Prabhupada used to say, never used to discuss Prabhupada. He just finished in one line. Prabhupada said, this is the last life for him. For Gaur Govind Singh Maharaj, this is the last life for him. So then everyone stopped. So that's the level of Gaur Govind Singh Maharaj, because Gaur Govind Singh Maharaj left everything. That means he is completely surrendered. So nothing is there in life, no interest for material life. The moment if we give up everything, the material life I don't want, so that's the moment you are decided in this life you are ready to go. So that's only pure devotees can understand. Same thing here, Sukadeva Goswami, nothing to do with the material life. So that's only can understood by the big personalities who are sitting there. So as soon as the Sukadeva Goswami entered into that assembly, that's what's in this purport. So everybody was like bow down. Parikshit Maharaj was the king. You don't have to bow down to everyone. Other than his father, Narada Muni, everybody was did, sastang, pranam to Srila Sukadeva Goswami. The women and the boys who were throwing the stones, they were like surprised and they were in a shock and they got feared and they ran away. Oh, maybe this is a personality, is a great personality. We don't understand. So, and that was the respect and exchange was taken place between the Parikshit Maharaj and the Sukadeva Goswami. So that is what the meet of great personalities. So that is vibration. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu met each other, it's like they were in ecstasy, they were dancing continuously. So when great personalities meet, so that is exchange of respect. So actually among the devotees, everything is respect. Respect is very important among the devotees. How much respect we give, how much affection you have, that much respect we give. If you have a more affection, if you have a more love, that much respect we give internally. So that is how. So here, judgment. We will try to understand how the judgment, making judgment, sometimes it's become aparadh. Because the person may be very elevated, but looks very, sometimes the person who is maybe some villagers or some very poor, but we cannot understand how much he surrendered to Krishna, how much he has given up his material life. Maybe he is entered into Puram center like, I don't want anything outside. So that's what in Bhagavad Gita Krishna says that Bahunam Janmanamante Gnanavam Mam Prapadyante Vasudevam Sarvamiti. Everything is Krishna. One who understood that everything is Krishna, everything is Vasudev, so he is Mahatma. Maybe he has not chanted, maybe he is not wearing tilak, maybe he is not dhoti kurta, but he understood that I don't want this life. I don't want family life, I am not interested, so he has completely given up. Once Srila Prabhupada was giving Bhagavatam class in Vrindavan, Krishna Balaram temple. There was one devotee asked a question that, Prabhupada, how much time take to complete surrender? Prabhupada, as always, 1 minute. Yeah, viewers, how come it's 1 minute? Yes, it's actually 1 minute. So, if that kind of personality enters, we cannot judge, because he has already given up. So that's why we can not to judge. So that can be a aparad, because we know our level. Then from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came South India tour and met a very big personality. Can you guess who is the great personality who met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Very big personality, met in South India. Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai was a Grihastha. Ramananda Rai was a governor. And Ramananda Rai was a Shudra. So, but only nobody understood. So, when Mahaprabhu was leaving Jagannath Puri, Sarva Bhattacharya said that, please meet Ramananda Rai. You will understand what is his position. So, when he meet Ramananda Rai, so when they meet each other, it was like with a great jubilation, they were jumping and dancing. And the Brahmanas were standing around, they are Brahmanas. But they could not understand, what is this? Sannyasi is a Brahmana, he is a Brahmana, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Brahmana. And Sannyasi, and looking so effulgent Sannyasi, but is embracing a Shudra. How it is possible? So it is very difficult to understand the personalities. We cannot judge who is what. But Krishna knows. They were embracing and they were dancing in ecstasy. Because who is Ramananda Rai actually? Vishaka. Ramananda Rai was a Vishaka in Krishna Lila. So that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. Because they come into that ecstasy with that consciousness, not the material consciousness. Pure devotees never worked in that consciousness. They were working in Krishna and Vishaka. They have their own affection, friendship. Right? So they were jumping and dancing with that ecstasy. The Brahmanas looking at the bodily level. So this is the spiritual platform and the material platform. So the Brahmana was stuck and not understood and confused. So that's what sometimes we see and we confused. Right? So then there was a great discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are the pure devotee, and if anybody sees you, they will also become devotee. But Ramananda Rai is mentioning that I am a Shudra, I have no qualification. So you are a Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the position of a pure devotee. He never thinks that I am so powerful. But he is all powerful. He can do anything, pure devotee. But that is difficult to manage. Sometimes, even if you little be pure, sometimes we get a chance. Krishna will give a chance to a pure. Okay, 1 month, completely follow all the rules and regulations. Little bit we feel the purity, because that power. Then immediately, some comes, okay, maybe I am pure, I am following everything, maybe other devotees are not following. Then Krishna made us to do some sinful activity. Then we realize, oh, I am not. So this is keep happening with us. Right? So then once one devotee wanted to hear Krishna Katha. He approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, generally, you don't tell or you don't give, because he wanted to give a credit to his devotees. Then he said, you go and meet Ramananda Rai and hear Krishna Katha. His name is Pradyumna Mishra. Then Pradyumna Mishra went to meet Ramananda Roy. That time, in a Ramananda Roy house, there were servants. Ramananda Roy was is a governor. So Ramananda Roy was written in one Nataka, Jagannatha Natika. That was before Rathayatra, that Nataka used to play. So Ramananda Roy was training two young girls, maybe 15, 16 years, young girls. Pradyumna Mishra was not, he is interested in Krishna Katha, but he was sitting in the hall. The servant told, you please wait, Ramananda Roy was busy, he will come after some time. But Ramananda Roy took a long time he is doing Sringara decoration for the two girls, young girls. He is touching the girls, he is making them all the decoration, he is himself doing all. So the devotee is very, completely. But then the Pradyumna Mishra asked his servant, what Ramananda Roy is doing inside, he is taking so much. Then the servant told, Ramananda Roy he told that he is decorating Jagannath Natika, two young girls. Then Pradyumna Mishra got little doubt. How a person who is touching the young girls and is decorating them, is doing the Sringara for them, how can he speak Krishna Katha? He got little doubt and he left. And again he went back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, okay, you got the Krishna Katha, you heard Krishna Katha from Ramananda Roy, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted everyone should hear from Ramananda Roy. That is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be very happy if someone hears Krishna Katha from Ramananda Roy. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows what is Ramananda Roy. Then Pradyumna Mishra was, so I heard, yes, something, he was little hesitating. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, very strong statement. I am being a sannyasi. Just by looking at the, woman body which is made up of wood. So I may get hesitated, but of course, Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is telling for us. But Ramananda Roy is touching the young girls and decorating them, but not hesitating. So then, again, Pradyumna Mishra understood. Then he came back. Then by that time, Ramananda Roy came out. He saw, he was not there again, the meet, and he heard Krishna Katha. When he heard Krishna Katha from Ramananda Roy, Pradyumna Mishra came into ecstasy. He started dancing. So that is the level of when we hear Krishna Katha from a pure devotee, that power will be completely different. That's how the whole world has, become ISKCON by hearing from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, it's not easy to make foreigners to devotee. It's not easy to make foreigners, sometimes we think that it's very easy. No. Srila Prabhupada was so pure, that's why he was able to change their heart completely. Young boys, 20 years boys, they were all following, going behind the 65, 70 years old man. Srila Prabhupada was 70 years old. Who likes 70 years old person? We don't like, right? At home also we don't consider them. You please sit, you don't give suggestions. But all the young boys who are like top country in the world, they are all rich families. They can do. Young boys mean they have their own, no, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to achieve. If you ask some young girls and boys, they will tell so many things. I want to become a world famous footballer, I want to cricketer, I want to that, this and all. If I ask my son, younger son, he will tell I want to be a cricketer. So that's the influence. With that great influence, they all becoming like wherever Prabhupada was going, they were all following, thousands of youths. You never see an old man behind Prabhupada in any of the photos. They are all young. Right? Now if we call for any katha, most of the old people will come. Later, the young people, but at least happy now, many of them are young. Right? So that is how Ramananda Roy, when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, So, and hearing is not only from directly person. So, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, reading Srila Prabhupada books is also we are hearing from Srila Prabhupada. That's why we are becoming devotees. It's not that I am somebody become devotees. Gandhari Giridhar Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Whatever we are giving Bhagavatam classes from this, it's not that becoming devotees. We are all they are becoming devotees because they are directly associating with the Srila Prabhupada books. Unless one reads Srila Prabhupada, cannot become devotee. So that's why reading Prabhupada books, because Prabhupada has put his complete, his everything, all his spiritual energy is there in the words. Even if he reads anybody, whatever the level, he'll become devotee. So another incident to understand the great personalities from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. What is the name of the devotee who was, if anybody remembers, I'm not getting the name, Guru of Gadadhar Pandit. No, I'm not getting the name. Guru of Gadadhar Pandit. Okay, so once what happened, somebody has come from East Bengal to Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, thank you Prabhu. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Mukunda devotee invited Gadadhar Pandit to meet Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Pundarik Vidyanidhi was a devotee, Mahaprabhu devotee who lived in East Bengal. He came to Bengal, West Bengal. So that time all the devotees were going to meet him, and Mukunda invited Gadadhar Pandit also to that. Of course, Gadadhar Pandit is great personality. Invited, well, let's go and meet Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So they all went, entered into Pundarik. Vidyanidhi was sitting in a simhasan, very big simhasan, and he was wearing a very aristocratic kind of dress, and he was decorating himself like a very beautiful. And the two people are doing chamar for him, and he was chewing the pan, and at every 2 minutes, 3 minutes, he was looking at the mirror and he was decorating himself. If we look at that kind of personality, what we can understand? We understood he is completely into bodily consumption. He is not a devotee. Right? So same kind of feeling came to Gadadhar Pandit when you look at Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Then Mukunda Datta, I understood that Gadadhar Pandit got this kind of, because when that kind of comes, that kind of feeling. Then he just read Srimad Bhagavatam, read one sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Pundarik Vidyanidhi immediately just torn his dress and removed his hair, and he started jumping and rolling on the floor and starting jumping in the ecstasy. Then Gadadhar Pandit understood that I did aparadh against Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Pundarik Vidyanidhi is completely, but outside, for externally he is looking like that, but internally is completely sold to Krishna. Then Gadadhar Pandit, I did aparadh, just for atonement, I will accept him as my Guru. See, such a great atonement. That's why when we do any mistake or any aparadh against a devotee, we have to accept such a great atonement so that atonement will come. So that's how Pundarik Vidyanidhi become a Guru of Gadadhar. So by seeing externally, we cannot understand anybody. That is a wrong. How? We cannot judge people. Right? So this is the great learn from this. Yes. Yes. It's already 9:10. So this just launched few. Same with Jada Bharat. Jada Bharat, we all know that it's a great story. Many people get inspired by Jada Bharat. Jada Bharat is actually, who is Jada Bharat in previous life? Bharat Maharaj was the king for entire kingdom. He left and he did tapasya, and somehow, some accidental, he born as a Jada Bharat, but on that lifetime he was very careful. He don't want to enter into family life. He just wanted to, so outside he was showing that I am fullest on the earth, Murk, and everybody is completely convinced that he is Murk, but internally he knows everything. He is completely. Sometimes it is required for us also. When we are in the assembly of fools, oh, let us, we are also like a fools. We don't have to be show that. If we show that I am very intelligent, definitely we will be pray for them. So, I was hearing one lecture. That's very important point I would like to tell. Maharaj was mentioning, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was mentioning, devotee means he is expert in all circumstances, it seems. All circumstances means he is expert in how we can behave when we are among the devotees. It's not the duality, genuine, but he is an expert how to deal with the outsiders. He is an expert how to deal with the devotees. So, we also have to be a little confident that I am a devotee of Krishna. Krishna will give me intelligence, and accordingly we have to deal with when we are with the outsiders. That dealing may be how to deal with that up to us, and how much we are in the, like how much we are chanting, how much we are progressing. These all will help. But we should not be like, okay, I am very, humble, I am very, we should not think I am less. Because the outside people, they don't have any much, support or help, but we have a great support of our parampara. The Krishna himself is standing for us devotees. He's promised that I will protect my devotees. With that confidence, it's not arrogant or what you say, hankar, that okay, I am a devotee of Krishna, I can deal with anybody. Not like that. With a humble attitude, we will clearly make the statements, and with intelligence, which Krishna gives intelligence, we can deal the situations. So that situation should not go wrong, or we should not be the victim of that situation. Sometimes what happens, some conflicts and some fightings or something happens. If it is required, we have to avoid. If it is required, very much required, we have to enter. How much we have to enter into that, and what is my capacity? All this comes under expert dealings. So this is the point Maharaj mentioned. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. वांचा कल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिंधु भवेह च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. Any question? One or two questions? Oh, it is for them, for us. We think that I am advanced sometimes.
I can also have all those facilities. Having all those facilities, I can also do the devotional service right.
Oh, that is a wrong way of thinking. That never happens. Actually, whatever the situation is given for us, that is maybe perfect for us to do bhakti, though Krishna knows that. But we falsely think that, okay, Americans are doing so nicely because they have so much facility. We Indians are very poor. But there are many examples. Today we discuss many of these kind of examples. There are Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kolavecha Sridhar. Kolavecha Sridhar has nothing. He has a small hut, that is broken hut, and he had no proper utensil to drink water also. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered his home. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was coming Kirtan, and he wanted to drink water. He asked for the water. Then so many devotees came with the water. Mahaprabhu, you take, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu denied, entered into Kolavecha Sridhar. Kolavecha Sridhar, no, don't come my house. I don't have anything to give water. I have only broken pot. Then Chaitanya, no, I want to drink from that. So, Krishna like, not that Krishna likes something which we are very nice and very looking nice, good and money and win big car, bungalow. Krishna is all saturated with that. He is Sahasra Lakshmi is serving him. Why you want? Same in the case of Vidura. Duryodhana was invited Krishna with a big mahal, but he don't want to stay. He wanted to stay where there is a pure bhakti. So if there is a pure bhakti in our heart, Krishna comes and leaves. That is the point we should remember. Don't be, it is a common because, no, if you have a good house, good altar and all the facilities, so that if you have enough money, so I can then donate, I can, all these sometimes comes. Krishna don't want. If Krishna wants to create in 1 minute, he can bring crores on the spot. When Prabhupada was sitting, it's like people used to bring the money, like used to arrange like this. It's like money is like this, bundles. Prabhupada was never asked money to anybody. People used to come. Some devotees, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, whatever salary comes, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he used to come and keep in front of Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada used to give little money for his family expenses. So, one devotee, I'll just tell you, one devotee was giving everything to Prabhupada. Or whatever he was getting money, he was just keeping the Prabhupada, in front of Prabhupada. And somebody told, what, you are everything giving to Prabhupada, why don't you keep some money for you? Then devotee told, if Prabhupada used as a toilet paper of my money, that will be valuable for a flush. So, by touch of the pure devotee is very important. That is the understanding. So, whatever the level we have, position we have, that is the perfect for us. But if he gives more, we don't do bhakti. The Krishna knows, but we think like that. No need to think like that. There are many examples. Better we stick to ourselves and whatever given instructions, Guru, if we follow that, if at all, if that has to come, if you want money or if you want a house, all will happens automatically. When Dhruva Maharaj asked, Vishnu came and Vishnu asked, what do you want? Actually, Dhruva Maharaj went to ask a big kingdom. When Dhruva Maharaj said, no, I don't want now. But just by seeing you, I don't want, I want to serve you. But Vishnu, what Krishna said, no. Since you had came with that intention, I will fulfill that also, this also. That is Krishna. So, don't have to fear or don't have to worry whether will Krishna give or not if we don't ask, because he knows our mind 1,000 times better than us. Hare Krishna. Yes.
When the devotees go through the difficulty, they say Krishna is testing me. So whether we know whether Krishna is testing or Maya is testing. If we are advanced in Krishna consciousness, Krishna directly can test. If we are not advanced in Krishna consciousness, then most of the time Maya is testing us. So when the devotee comes and says, the word comes, Krishna is testing me.
Yes, Prabhu. This is very good question actually. Actually, Prabhuji is asking for every one of us. It's not that Prabhuji for. There are two ways problems becomes. One is because of karma. What karma we do? It is we do something wrong, and we think that problem has come from Krishna. Of course, everything will come from Krishna, but when we do some sinful activities, we'll get punishment or we get problems. And Krishna will make that much sense, common sense, that because he will tell, because of this sinful activity you are getting this problem, right? This is one way of problems we get. Another way of problems comes, actually Krishna never tests anybody like us. His level is little different. He will test by Pandavas, he will be tested by Sri Prahlad Maharaj, or by the great personalities. You know, we should not think that Krishna is testing me. Okay, maybe that stage may come, but at this point of time, what we can think, whatever problem comes, one thing is we have to stick to our humility, be humble, and pray Krishna that, okay, I am sinful, no doubt in that. Because of that I am suffering, I am getting problems. But by mercy, I am getting less. By your mercy, I am getting less. Otherwise, I would have completely washed away by this problem. Right? That is the humility. We have to accept that we are all sinful. Of course, maybe you are not, but I am sinful. So we have to think like that. Maybe that is the right way of thinking. But why Krishna will test? Krishna will test. Krishna tested Pandavas many times because he wanted to glorify them. So because when, let's think, in Mahabharata there was no Vanavas in the Mahabharata. Remove the Vanavas part from the Mahabharata. Anybody interested in reading Mahabharata? There is no Mahabharata. Ramayana. Remove the Vanavas part from the Ramayana. Anybody interested in Ramayana? Nobody interested in Ramayana. So all the difficulties which are created by Krishna wanted to glorify his devotee. People think that why Rama sent Sita. Sita was, she was a pregnant lady. How cruel Rama. Because he wanted to glorify Sita. Sita was so wonderful devotee. By sending Vanavas, so that's why people remember today. Sita Deva. Otherwise, if she would have been a very nice lady with always Rama with full facilities, nobody will remember. Right? If someone has gone through the difficulties, that difficulties Krishna will create so that to show that how stable, how strong that person, and how much strong faith as Krishna, and she was withstand and combat all the problems. It is not that okay, my problem I'll finish, I don't want. No. So Draupadi was a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. So a lot of difficulties came in her life because nobody knew that what is the level of bhakti Draupadi had. Krishna wanted to show the world that how great Draupadi devotee. Rama wanted to show how great devotee Sita Devi. So that is why all these problems created by Krishna to glorify his devotees. That's why understand Mahabharata and Ramayana. Prabhupada says it's very difficult. That's why we have to hear from the devotees. So it's all pure bhakti. Ramayana and Mahabharata is pure bhakti if we understand correctly. If we misunderstand, if not understood, if we hear from somebody, then that is looks different. Very good. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Being a devotee, we generally practice to be more kind and avoid ourselves in any kind of fighting. Because we think that it doesn't make sense sometimes. But when we are mixing with outside people who are not devotees, and we find that we are fighting for things which doesn't make sense for ourselves, because we are practicing this.
Yes.
How then in that case, how to deal with those situations, like especially if I'm talking about conflict.
Okay.
Yes, corporate life, that's why I discussed, we had devotee is very expert in this kind of question. Question is, Mataji asking, when we are in office or corporate or with the company, with the colleagues, there are some fightings comes, some conflicts comes, misunderstandings comes, how to deal with that? That's a question. Yes, most of us working in different conditions. Their people interest is different. Their ego, money, positions, everybody is fighting for that. That is, outside they may look very nice, but all internal intentions, they wanted to be in the position, they wanted to be, highlighted. This is a situation how to cope up with this. First thing, we have to accept that field as it is. That is the nature of that. That is the nature of the people. We have to accept as it is. If you do not accept, then it will be a problem. So if you given to some 4 or 5 things to in your hand, each one have different natures, right? So we have to accept accordingly. Something, if fire will be given to you, so you will be very careful in touching because you know that it will burn, right? But if something prasadam will give, is nice, very sweet, okay, this is natural, we accepting in different way. So it's like each field and family also, we should be not like, okay, we embrace everything is fine. It will also give shocks, big shock, okay? So we have to understand the nature. That's the intelligence is required, Mataji. So of course we are all intelligent in that way. Krishna is made intelligent. Only thing is we have to be little. That's what devotee. If we become a devotee, we surrender to Krishna. Krishna dadami buddhi yoga. I will give intelligence because our intelligence is limited. So हम फंस जाएंगे उसमें. जरूर we will be with the problem. Many people are victim of those problems. That is why that outside world is like that we accept as it is, and devotees, when we are among the devotees, it's like that. That is the best example, gives that, this tortoise. The tortoise, when it is in the water, so if there was no problem, everything is silent, if there is no, danger, it will spread itself, his wings, legs outside, a little bit free. But if as soon as there is some sound and there is danger, it will take inside. So this is required when we are in outside. We have to be little careful in dealings. It's like we should not be like a free and involve in unnecessary arguments, unnecessary into their politics. So one mantra we can remember when we are in working any fields, because I am also working in many years this kind of outside offices. We have to be honest all the time. Whether what this person feels, what that person feels, whatever the duty assigned to you in an office or in any kind of work. So if you are honest and if you are stick to that rules and regulation, whatever is given by the management, this will be understood by all the colleagues. Oh, this person means he will not do any here and there things. We cannot change him. He stick to his honest, and then everybody will deal accordingly. But instead of that, if we show little bit, okay, here also, there also, they will also understand that this person can be little bit, we can do something here and there. So that's we need to maintain. Otherwise, we will be part of them. We will be part of all those arguments and all those. Because sometimes out of fear we do those mistakes. Oh, my job chala jayega. If I don't butterfly him, so I will lose my job. No, because Krishna is there. That is why our confidence. The devotee confidence is, I will not do any this kind of here and there. I will stick to my whatever rules and regulations are given by the company or institute. If I lose the job, okay, fine. This is, I think it will help. Actually, the same question I asked one of the very multinational company. He was a CEO of the very big multinational company. It's Merck. It's very big international company, Germany company. The CEO came and we had a meeting, and I asked him, how can you deal with so many employees? because you are in such a position. Because sometimes some employees may be different, that kind of complaints comes, this is required. But he said, from the beginning, I am strict to my rules and regulations, whatever given to me. I will not deviate. And everybody will understood this. The day if I start compromise any of these situations or rules and regulations, then I will be in trouble. Maybe that is everywhere it is helps. Hare Krishna. Yes. Antara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Prabhupada.